Mumbai, and German studies has been, I mean, it's the oldest center for German studies in India. We celebrated our 100 years in 2014, and currently we have over full-fledged programs right from the beginning. You can start your BA in German studies with no prior knowledge of German required. MA in German studies, MA honors, PhD coursework. We have also recently started BA in Chinese studies. And I must say at the outset that foreign language, if you master it well, uh, how much you earn even after a regular BA is very often much more than an engineer would in India. So it is a very popular course, this BA in German studies, BA in Chinese studies. We are also looking after part-time courses. We have a beginner's level certificate course in German. Uh, we have diploma, A2 level, B1, advanced diploma, B1, diploma in translation tourism, language courses for Japanese and Marathi. I'll tell you why Marathi, because Marathi is not a foreign language. I'll come to that later. This is our website for more details. And before I start with my presentation, I would also like to thank Ms. Kale, whom I got the opportunity to listen to on German and why one should study German and learn German. I'm really thankful to her for her lucid presentation. She went into the culture of Germany and the language, similarities with Sanskrit and German, which are both Indo-European languages, like Marathi, Hindi, Sanskrit, German, French, English. We are all Indo-European languages. And she has very aptly shown you the similarities between Sanskrit and German, and there are amazing similarities between Marathi and German. But today, that is not the topic for me today. But I'm happy that she has pointed out, because that was a very important takeoff point. How many languages are spoken in the world today? There are 6,500 languages which are spoken in the world today. And it's interesting that the most spoken language in the world, you can guess what it could be. It is Mandarin Chinese. On the left, I have most widely spoken languages, and on the right, most widely learned languages. So though Chinese has most maximum amount of speakers, but it is English which is learned mostly. After English, what is learned mostly is Mandarin Chinese, and on the third place already comes German. And then we have French, Spanish, Japanese. Now, why is it that Hindi and Bengali, they are also there in the first few languages, most widely spoken languages? Why are they not learned all over the world? Why do people prefer English or Mandarin Chinese or German? The answer is very clear, but it is complex. It is firstly, of course, the job and the career opportunities, but also the way Indian languages have been taught since our independence now. There is a lot of work that needs to be done there. I will come back to it. Mostly it is the financial and technological advancement of a country which makes it interesting for the learners to learn, because then they stand to gain even career wise. As far as India is concerned, 121 languages, out of which 22 are official, but at the same time we have bilingual, many bilingual and multilingual, trilingual Indians, and the number is constantly increasing. And it is said that if you speak 3 languages, you are a trilingual. If you speak 2 languages, you are a bilingual. And if you speak 1 language, you are American. And that is meant in a very, in some sense, a derogatory way, because it is some kind of a poverty as an individual you are carrying with you if you know only 1 language. And thank God that most Indians, many Indians are bilingual, trilingual, some even know 4, 5, 6 languages. Now, I would start with what is actually a foreign language. A foreign language is, before I go, Goethe, the famous German writer, once said, "He who does not know foreign languages does not know anything about his own." Because, as Ms. Kale pointed out, that you come to know about Marathi and Sanskrit much more when you see and compare it, and you come to know of its riches. Yes, what is a foreign language? A foreign language is a language that is not spoken in the country in which the learner lives. So if I'm speaking German in India, German is not spoken in India, so it's a foreign language. A second language is spoken in the country in which the learner, in which the speaker lives, or in which the learner lives. Learner can receive inputs and learning both inside and outside the classroom. For example, if I'm learning Marathi here, I'm not a native speaker, but if I'm learning Marathi here, it is my second language. And in the same way, if I'm learning German in Germany, it would be my second language, not a foreign language. Because when I go out of the classroom, this language is overall. So it can be second, third, fourth, fifth language, but it is not a foreign language. So German in India is a foreign language. German in Germany will be a second, third, fourth language. So the second question that I have is, which foreign language should you learn? Now, I have already pointed out most widely spoken languages are Chinese, English, Hindi, Spanish, Russian, Arabic, but most widely learned languages are English, Mandarin Chinese, German, French, Spanish, Japanese. So it is clear that the choice is for English, Chinese, German, the first three. These are the most popular languages. Then we come to a very basic question: how to learn? How to learn and what to learn? European languages, if you're learning, whether it is German or French or Spanish or Italian, they have about 20 years ago come together and divided their language proficiency levels into 6 levels: A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. So if you want to do anything substantial with your foreign language, you need to learn at least till B2 level, minimum. Whether you want to teach a basic language, you want to have a job, translate, without B2, you are nowhere. And B2 also with a good grade. So that is very, very important. If you do C1 and C2, it is really, really excellent. And once you do reach the C2 level, you can be even better than a native speaker. So this is very, very important to note. And these are international levels. Anywhere you go, if you have a B2 certificate, you will be taken. B2 is very, very important. Even if you want to study in Germany, B2, C1 are usually required, that kind of language proficiency. Yeah, so how much to learn? I have already said till B2 minimum, but the sky is the limit for people who, and let me also share that the more you learn, the more you will be in demand in the market. So whatever you want to become, do in career with your German, it will depend on your expertise as to how much you master the language. That is one of the basic things that is required. So then the question comes as to how many foreign languages to learn. There are so many languages. And some people want to start, they are so enthusiastic, they start 2, 3, 4 languages at the same time. My advice to you would be to stick to one language, acquire full mastery, and then go to another language. because a jack of all and a master of none is not required in the market. If you're looking at language learning as a career goal, then it is very important that you master one language at least. Then the question comes, where should you learn a foreign language in India? Now, there are three major possibilities. The first one, and the most expensive one, and internationally recognized one, is the Max Muller Bhavan. If you're, there are, each language or most of the languages have their official national agencies. Some of them non-government, some of them sponsored by the government, but these are institutions which are teaching those languages in a best quality possible and giving international recognition to proficiencies, language proficiency. So for each language has an institution, like German has Goethe Institute. In India, Goethe Institutes are called Max Muller Bhavans. For French, you have Alliance Française. For Chinese, you have the Confucius Institute. I happen to be the in charge director of the Confucius Institute at the University of Mumbai. For Japanese, they have another institution. For Spanish, you have Cervantes Institute. So these are the places which will give you the most expensive but also the best possible language proficiency. The second place I would, in my opinion, are the universities, where you can also learn languages and which pay attention, because they are not commercial, they are paying attention to quality in terms of how many hours, because each of these levels have a minimum specification internationally how much to teach. So A1 level, minimum 120 hours you have to teach. So it is important that so university level you can do your part-time courses, which I showed. Many universities in India are offering it. University of Mumbai, we are offering it at the Department of German, now going all online. Also University of Pune, you have in Ranade Institute, foreign language department. Likewise, in Hyderabad, they have the English and Foreign Language University, like that. In JNU, of course, they don't offer part-time courses, but these kind of courses are offered in many Indian universities. However, and that's where I want to, people who are serious about pursuing careers in foreign languages, there is a very smart way to learn a language, paying not so much money and still getting the best possible language proficiency. And that is to do a bachelor's degree in that particular language which you want to acquire proficiency in. For example, if you did it, I give you the example for German. At the University of Mumbai, you will pay in a year, in one entire year of your language learning, you will pay for BA for 1 year, you will pay around not more than 4 to 5,000 rupees. And by the time you finish your TYBA, you will, if you have been very, very hardworking, you will acquire your C1 level, or at least your B2 level. So whereas in Goethe Institute or Max Muller Bhavan, you would pay at least more than a lakh or 1.5 lakhs of rupees to get to that level. If you did a BA, which is very full-time program, you would end up paying not around 20,000, and you will still acquire not only the language proficiency but many other things like linguistics, translation, tourism. I mean, there are a lot of history and culture, so many things you would learn in those 3 intensive years and pay very, very little. So that is one thing. Similarly, we have for Chinese also, if you do at Confucius Institute and HSK levels, they also have 6 levels currently. But if you would do a BA, you pay much less. Of course, BA in Chinese is more expensive. It costs 30,000 rupees. But then when you pass out, you earn, your market will swallow you like anything, because Chinese is so much in demand. I mean, I'm aware of the current situation where there are problems on the border with the Chinese and there are trust issues. But believe me, whether you consider China a friend or an enemy, both ways, mastering Chinese is important. We need to have more and more Chinese experts. So, as I said, and the third place, I said first, Goethe is those apex institutions from each country. It is, as I said, for German, Max Muller Bhavan or Goethe Institute, it's called worldwide. French, Alliance Francaise, Chinese, Confucius Institute. That is the first option. The second would be also BA or part-time courses at Indian universities. And third are these private institutions, which are, some of them are good, but most of them are very, very commercial and mostly more more of a rule that the quality is not that good. But you have to then look for what your teacher, what qualification your teacher has. She should have a minimum of B2 plus preferably BA, MA in the subject, PhD, and depending on the qualification of your teacher, you will see where you land. When should one learn a foreign language? That these questions come to us very often. Should they start with little children? Should we start in school? Should we start in college, or after, when we need a job? So my question is, there is no fixed age. You can learn it at any time. However, what happens when you learn early, very early, is that you will learn it very fast, but you will also forget it that fast if you don't keep in touch. And so I would say it's good to learn when you are finishing school. At that time, getting into college, that time would be a good time to learn a foreign language. Who can learn? Of course, we have people from all walks of life, students, teachers of other subjects, professionals, housewives, young people, adults. I mean, from 16 to 80. I mean, there is no real limit. Then the question comes, who can teach? As I said, minimum the teacher has to be really C1, B2, C1 level at least. And what is very important, what people do not realize, particularly colleges when they are hiring teachers, is that there is a very, very significant need for these teachers to be trained to teach. Now, why are these Goethe institutes charging so much? Because they are training their teachers to teach German as a foreign language. German as a foreign language is an independent discipline. You can do your master's in German as a foreign language in Germany. You can do your PhD in German as a foreign language. And it is a very, very developed, what do you say, discipline. And a lot of research has gone in. So in order to teach your whatever, not only do you require language proficiency of minimum B2 level with good results, I mean, not just but your scores should be really good, or at least a C1 level, B2 to C1 minimum. And you should have had language training, language teaching training, and that Max Muller Bhavan gives. It is very expensive, but also two universities in India are giving this training as a part of their masters in German studies. That is University of Pune and University of Mumbai, where they are training the students to become teachers of German. And believe me, there is a lot to learn as to how to teach, and that impacts the learning success of the students. So it is, and we have now even started for bachelors. We have started them started to teach our BA students also to how to teach German as a foreign language, because many of them after doing their bachelors get very good jobs and they don't want to continue for MA. At MA level, we have a more rigorous teachers training. So these two things are very important when you are hiring teachers for foreign languages. Their own language proficiency plus their teachers training in teaching German as or whatever foreign language they're teaching. Okay. So why learn a foreign language? Now there are many reasons, and sometimes there doesn't have to be any one reason. Sometimes there are many reasons. There are reasons which are intrinsic and extrinsic, why you want to learn. In the intrinsic reasons, I want to learn a new language as I'm curious how it is, or I'm talented in languages, I learn languages very fast. Or there may be something that really fascinates you in a certain culture. For example, German technology, or Chinese efficiency in some sense, or whatever, French culinary skills, or Italian, how good it sounds. So some people are fascinated, they learn that, or some people are passionate about language learning. Some people learn it to take care of their memory and mind function, because learning a new language is supposed to be preventive for Alzheimer's and supposed to be very good for your mind functioning. Many learn to just grow for personal growth, to widen their horizons. Some learn to know its culture. Ms. Khalid had mentioned many things about the German culture, the punctuality, the how eco-friendly they are. Many things about like Chinese. If you are having some kind of a deal with the Chinese, it is not a good thing to fix fourth as a date, because that's supposed to be very, very uh, very bad, considered an ill omen, because sir is also a word for death, and so it's not a right kind of faith. On the other hand, is very, very auspicious for the Chinese. Or that in China, when you call somebody's child a monkey, it's supposed to be a compliment. And if you call somebody in Germany, for example, an owl is a symbol for wisdom, and हम लोग यहाँ बोलते हैं उल्लू is supposed to be somebody very stupid. So there are some very, very interesting cultural peculiarities which are very fascinating, because the moment you learn a new language, it opens the door for a very, very new, completely new world. Some people learn because they want to study in that country, go there for higher studies. Some want to do a business, some want a better career. And when we are coming to careers, one can go into for higher academic qualifications, go into research that will lead you to teaching, translation. And this, like you would go for bachelor's, master's, PhD, wherever you want to stop, there is actually no stopping. And you can get into journalism, international journalism with that, or you can have career opportunities in embassies and consulates of those countries of the language you have learned. IT domain, many of our students are getting offers. There are placement offers from Amazon, and many companies in Bangalore, Bosch, Siemens, etc., have been hiring our students. Tourism, many of our students have become tourist guides or have opened their own tourist agencies. German banks is another possibility, jobs, BPO, KPO, insurance. And you become freelance journalists, freelance translators. There is a lot of scope. So this is our one of our annual functions which we had. And little bit about the connect to Marathi I wanted to talk about at the end. that very often we are so concentrating, so much concentrating on foreign languages. I think I would like to share that these 6 levels that I was talking to you about, we have created for Marathi also. So that's why you learn Marathi. Level 1 will be a one kind of a level with 120 hours of teaching. We have structured it. So learning a foreign language is very, very important that you learn it in a structured and systematic manner. And we have transferred our know-how of teaching German as a foreign language to Marathi. Now, that is also one of the reasons one might learn a foreign language, because, and particularly a foreign language like German, where the language teaching science is so well developed, and our know-how of how to teach a foreign language or a non-native language, we have transferred to Marathi. And today we have 5 levels are done. We are working on the 6th level. Books are ready. Audiovisual content is ready. So one could also look at our promotion of Indian languages by learning foreign languages, and what techniques and technologies they can offer you if you wish to enter that field. So I think I would like to finish here. And if I don't know how it is planned, if there are any questions, then I would be happy to take. If not, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, madam, for your wonderful presentation. You provided the information of your department, and also we got much knowledge about the German language. Uh, Khairnar, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, shall we go for valedictory or should we allow
No,
Patil, sir?
ask Professor B.S. Patil.
Yeah, Professor B.S. Patil. May I audible to you, sir? Are you
Sir.
there?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. I am there.
Yeah.
Sir, can you share your PPT? If it is not possible, you can deliver your talk, sir, for 15 to 20 minutes, sir.
I can share, sir.
Surely,
Let's
sir.
see. See, sir. See, sir.
Yeah, surely, sir.
Is it okay?
Wait, sir.
So, is it okay,
Yes,
sir?
sir. Yes, sir. Fine, sir. But you are having a network problem.
Okay.
Is Pete, keep your slide on slide mode, slideshow
Slide
mode,
mode. Okay.
slideshow
Okay,
mode.
sir.
Yes.
Okay, slideshow mode. Okay, sir. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, sir. Is it okay?
Yeah,
Hello.
carry on, sir. Carry on. Go on, sir. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Good morning. Thank you, Dr. A.P. Khairnar, sir, who have given me opportunity to speak on foreign languages. So my first point is that why should learn foreign language? Already this topic is discussed by the various dignitaries. So I will try to explain in short only. So whatever important points I'm thinking about the foreign language, I will only explain that. So why should learn a foreign language? Due to the globalization, there are a lot of job opportunities. Actually, foreign languages have a lot of scope, but there are many students in our Khandesh region or in a rural area. They don't have idea about the foreign languages. This is my experience when I have now I'm going to start at Jalgaon. I'm going to start German language classes in my college. So when the discussion was going on about the foreign language, I have observed, I have experienced that there are many parents, there are many students, they don't have any idea about the foreign language, and they don't know the advantages of foreign languages also. So that's why I'm trying this PPT to explain them. And if anyone having a doubt about the foreign language courses, they can contact me afterward. I will definitely help them for their good career in foreign language. So there are a lot of opportunities to work and study in abroad, growing relation between India and foreign countries. So career scope of learning foreign language is good. Next point is eligibility. When we are talking about the foreign language, one must think about the eligibility. Actually, eligibility is not the so difficult task. You can learn a foreign language. You can learn a foreign language at any age. Actually, there is no eligibility is fixed. You can learn a foreign languages at any level. There are many public schools teaching foreign languages in India for the lower classes. Actually, there are many schools which are conducting foreign language classes from the second and third standard. I have seen that there are in metropolitan city, there are many English medium school or CBSE school. They are conducting classes since primary or high school section. So, which languages are in demand? Now, there are a number of languages, as Viva ma'am said that there are 6,500 languages in the world, and out of that, some of languages, foreign languages, they are in a great demand. For example, German, Spanish, French, Portuguese, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean. These are the language that are very important for the career. Now, what are the duration for the language course? There are long-term courses and short-term courses. Short-term courses duration is 2 months to 1 year. For example, suppose if you are doing a German language in Goethe Institute, there are the different kind of batches like a super intensive batch, intensive batch. So you can complete your one level in a 2 month also. So super intensive batch, every day they are conducting 5 hour session, and in super intensive batch you can complete your one level in 2 months. And there are also intensive batches which carries a 4 month for completing one level. So there are short-term courses also and long-term courses also. If you think about the UG and PG, it will take 3 years to 5 years. If you are thinking about the research, then it will take more than 6 to 7 years completing UG, PG, and research. So, where in India can learn a foreign language? There are many universities, there are many center where the foreign language classes are conducted. For example, Ramakrishna Mission Kolkata, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Banaras Hindu University Varanasi, Jawaharlal Nehru Academy of Language, New Delhi, Japanese Information and Culture Center, New Delhi, School of Language, JNU, that is called University of Delhi, Pune University, Rajasthan University, Max Muller Bhavan. Max Muller Bhavan is in Kolkata, New Delhi, Mumbai, Pune. Yeah. Central Institute of English and Foreign Languages, Hyderabad, Indo-Italian Chamber of Commerce, Mumbai. Now, when we think about the foreign language, that time the people thinks about the fees, but there are also a scholarship available. But these things, the scholarship things, the many people don't have idea about the fees and scholarship about the foreign language. When the thought enter in the mind about the foreign language, then students are thinking that they have to pay a lot. In some places, the scholarship also available. For example, I have completed my 2-3 level in Max Muller Bhavan, Pune. So those who are the scholar students, they are getting the scholarship. Means that there are some certain criteria that if you are getting good marks in according to level, according to their norms, they give your fees returned to you. So such a kind of scholarship are also available in Max Muller Bhavan. Even they are giving chances to go to Germany for further study. So if enroll with the central universities, the courses fees will be minimum. However, the private institute like Max Muller Bhavan or Alliance Francaise charges quite highly, which might go up to 3 to 4 lakhs. Jawaharlal Nehru University and Delhi University offer scholarship foreign language student. They also have the student exchanges program and have a partner with the number of foreign university. So there is a lot of opportunity for the student to take advantage of this scholarship and learn a foreign language. Now, what language experts there are many demand. There are many demand. There is a lot of demand for the foreign languages. Language experts are highly in demand in the diverse section, including education, entertainment, hospitality, tourism, embassies, diplomatic service, mass communication, PR, MNCs, public houses. Now, what kind of a job the foreign language expert can do? For example, a foreign language expert, if a person having a knowledge of a foreign language, he can be a work as a foreign language specialist. If you're having a knowledge of any particular foreign language, you can work as a teacher. You can earn a lot of money while conducting the classes. You can conduct classes, your private classes you can conduct, and you can earn a lot of money. That is not the problem. It is up to you that how you are going to take hard work. Online content writer is also required nowadays. So the foreign language experts are in great demand for the online content writer. A technical translator, there are many companies which require the translator. Even now in India, there are many foreign language foreign companies are located. So they need a technical translator. So that time the language expert are in great demand that they can work as a technical translator. You can work as a freelancer. You can work as an interpreter and translator. You can work as a tourist guide. You know, in every year there are a number of tourists. There are number of foreigners visited India, and they visited India. While visiting India, they required a guide who can explain them in their own language. So that time, the long language expert peoples are in a great demand, and they can charge a good amount for their work. So this is also one of the this, this is also a good opportunity for the student. Air hostess and air hostess or a flight steward also a good opportunity for the student. Good opportunity for the hello.
Go on, sir. Hello, go on, sir. Go on, sir.
Okay, sir. There are many opportunities in the MNCs companies, also translator for MNCs and government organization. Even the foreign language expert can work in a research associated. Now, about the remunerations, the fresher can expect the pay package of rupees 10,000 to 15,000 if he's working in the marketing executive, or he can more than that, 30,000, 50,000 a month. And a teacher are offered a monthly salary of 15,000 to 25,000. Translator sometimes between rupees 300 to 500 per page, while interpreter earning around 1,500 to 2,500 per hour. Now, why we should learn a German language? Basically, whatever the idea I having about the German language, that what can a person do after completing his German language. There are some levels. This is basic information I'm giving. While learning a German language, there are some levels: A1, A2, B1, B2.1, B2.2, C1, C2. So there are many students in India who goes abroad for the MS after completing their. There are many students of mechanical. They are going for Germany. So while going to Germany, if they know the B1 or B2 level, they can get a good job in Germany also. So they can earn their daily expenses with the help of the German level. They can do their part-time job, and they can earn their money there. So the great reason why should you start learning German today? Germany is the most widely spoken language in Europe, as earlier speaker delivered this. Germany has the third strongest economic, and it is the export nation in the world. Germany has the third largest economy in the world, and is the economy powerhouse of European and Union. In 2007, for the fifth year in the row, despite the strength of euro currency. So knowing German create a business opportunity. Means if you're having an idea about the German language, the business opportunities, knowing German creates business opportunities. Germany economy strength equal business opportunities. Multinational business opportunities exist throughout the European Union and in the Eastern European countries, where the German is the second most spoken language after Russian. Companies like BMW, Siemens, Lufthansa, SPAP, Bosch, there are many companies who are working. Germans are the innovators. From Gutenberg's printing press to Hertz, discovery of the electromagnetic waves, from the early development of chemotherapy to Einstein's theory of relativity to Brandenburg creations of the MP3 digital music format. Throughout the history, Germans have proven themselves time and again to be a great inventor. Means in Germany, if you discuss about the Germany people, they are the innovators.
Hello. Hello. Patil sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, your screen is off.
Is it-
You got a
Hello?
You got a network problem, sir. You have network problem, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I will wind up within 1 minute,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Okay.
please wind up, sir. Wind up.
Just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Okay, so these are the point I have covered. So those students who are interested, if they need help from me, they can contact me. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute.
Yes, sir. Patil sir. Patil sir. Patil.
Why
Yes.
we should learn German? I have given this in short, sir. Just 1 minute, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So those students who are interested to know about the German language, they can contact me. I have given my details here, or you can take my details from Khairnar sir also. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Khairnar sir, and your team for giving me a chance for this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Patil sir. Now, dear ladies and gentlemen, we are going towards the valedictory session with the permission of Principal Dr. A.P. Khairnar sir. For this valedictory session, we have the chief guest, Dr. S.B. Birardar, Associate Professor of English at SVM College.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
Before this, I think that there is a question of Gauri Rane madam on
Okay.
chat box.
Okay, sir.
It might be the question for Vibha Surana madam.
Yes. May I request Surana ma'am? There is one question. May I request again, Rane ma'am, you unmute yourself and ask your question. If you are having some doubts in regard of learning German language and all that, you can ask ma'am. The session is open for discussion.
Okay.
Unmute yourself and discuss your question.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible quite well.
Yes,
Thank you. Ma'am, I have a question. Like in a place like Jalgaon, if we would like to plan for any foreign language teaching for our students, so how can we get the human resource? And is human resource needs specialty like MA in the foreign language and PhD in the foreign language, or their qualification is equal to our qualification like NetSet, PhD, etc. That I want to know.
Yeah, in one question, there are many questions hidden.
Yeah. Because a lot of questions are there in my mind.
Yeah.
It was so mind-blowing session I had.
Yeah. So basic competency level is B2. So
Okay.
if you have somebody at in Jalgaon, my advice to you,
Uh-huh.
the problem you are facing today, we were facing about 4 years ago for Chinese.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough teachers, but somehow we started in a small way, somehow, by getting resources from here and there. We trained our students, and this is how our department is really flourishing today with more than 1,000 students. Our students are getting wonderful placements
Oh.
because we are concentrating on quality and training our students. So I would say that if some of your students from Jalgaon could train themselves, at least a BA, I would say BA in German or whichever language you would like to say. So if that 3 years it will take, simultaneously you can hire people. Now online classes are happening in a very, very big way.
Okay.
We are ourselves shifting to online classes for all part-time courses. German, Chinese is already happening online,
Yeah.
and German is going to start in July with online admissions, everything online. So you could think of doing that, or you could advise your students to do that. Another way is also, as I said, that these are, I'm talking about part-time courses, A1, A2, B1, B2. So these can be done.
Okay.
However, on the long term, it will be, if you, for your institution, you want to have a long term, you want to empower yourself, then I think minimum BA in that language is very important. And NetSet there is in German. All our teachers, full-time teachers, have net, UGC net after masters. And of course, PhDs have also happening at the department. So, and I am myself training the students to teach German as a foreign language.
Okay.
And as I said, there are only 2 universities in India who are taking it seriously. One is University of Pune, one is University of Mumbai. JNU, central universities have a big name. However, as far as just language proficiency is concerned, and the training of the students at a master's level to become teachers themselves, that is a thorough training is happening only in Pune and Mumbai at the moment.
Okay.
So that's one reason that if you want to have teachers, then it will be better to enroll for bachelors. Also, that's the reason we saw this need, and that's why we have introduced teachers training at bachelor's level now.
Okay.
So yeah, if there are any questions, I have written my email ID, so we could get in touch with me.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Is there any question from other sides? They can unmute themselves and ask the question from the participants' angle. Sir, shall we start the valedictory, sir?
Yeah.
Dear friends, we are turning towards the valedictory session right now for this webinar, and we have chief guest, Dr. S.B. Biradar, sir. He is an associate professor of English at SVM College, Hilkal, affiliated to Rani Channamma University, Belagavi. He did MA and SET in English, and he contributed 20 research papers to peer-reviewed journals like Quest, New Literary Horizon, and South Asian Reviews. Without further delay, may I request you, sir, for your introductory.
Professor English, sir.
Yes, sir.
Professor English, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, before inviting Professor Biradar,
Yes, sir.
please invite Honorable Principal Dr. Gauri Rane ma'am to share her views about the webinar. Then
Okay, sir, surely.
Professor Biradar will conclude.
Yes, sir, surely, sir. Actually, this webinar is very wonderful webinar, and we have got many comments in the chat box. Gauri ma'am, may I request you please comment on the coverage
I
of
feel it's
resource
my
person.
honor. Thank you, Khairnar sir. I am currently sitting in my principal's office, and so many people are coming and going. But I have tried my level best to listen this seminar. And yes,
Yeah.
I found a very useful information because I am very much planning to start either of the foreign language teaching in my own college. And it was in my mind that I should send a student and get them trained and then settle them over here. But it will take a minimum 3 years of time. And currently I have no students around. So
Yeah.
my query was related to that. Currently, means from the coming academic year, how can I start? But yes, definitely this webinar was very excellently arranged. And actually, I have registered for your next Sunday seminar. And on that group, I got accidentally this link. And I'm so happy I have registered and I forwarded to my IQSC coordinator also. You also please attend and send some sensible professors to attend so that we can sit together, we'll get some things out of this seminar and then we'll decide our policy. So I'm very much thankful to Khairnar sir and his team for organizing such a relevant webinar. I think that's all, and all resource persons, they were all full of resources. But I feel still the time which was given to them was limited. But yes, I will try to be in touch with them personally when I'll go further in this direction. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, Professor Ingle.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. May I request Dr. S.B. Birardar, sir, from Karnataka to deliver your valedictory talk. Dr. S.B. Birardar, hand over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, English, sir. Honorable Principal Professor Ashok Khairnar, sir. Senior Professor Jaden Patil, sir. And recently given feedback by Vibha Madam. All the eminent resource persons and esteemed participants. At the outset, I would like to congratulate Professor Ashok Khairnar, sir, for arranging a very relevant topic during this post-COVID pandemic. And I was very impressed with the way Adarsh College has been doing for the last many years. I was part of this entire deliberations from the inauguration itself, though I am the guest of a valedictory function. I was noticing impressive remarks by Professor Jaden Patil. He had a very rich experience traveling across the world, having multilingual exposure, shared interesting thoughts on language learning skills. Well, I congratulate again to entire organizing team headed by Professor Ashok Khairnar. Well, let me begin my valedictory address. I was very much impressed by a line by Nelson Mandela once I was going through his works. He says very aptly, if you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. Well, if I would have spoken in Marathi with my valedictory speech, that would have been gone into your hearts. But I suppose it is going into your head. Let's see. It means that learning a language, learning a foreign language, speaking to a foreign person in his own language definitely matters a lot. Say, for example, let me quote two examples here. My town Ilkal, popularly known in Marathi as Irkal. Irkal saris are quite famous in the entire world in Maharashtra as well. So Irkal and your town both have similar geographical conditions and rural background. A small incident which happened to my student, I tell you. My town is not only famous for saris, equally famous for granite. And many people from China come to Ilkal. And here, learning a Chinese language would be an extra edge for our students. So, one of the incidents where my student came to in his company personal, where he talks about where he talks about starting a granite industry in Nilkal, And he was sharing all his experiences in English. My student who was sharing his experience in English, but that Chinese man could not speak English. And it is not only for Indians, it is for entire citizens of the world need necessity to learn a foreign language. A Chinese man needs to learn English language, an Australian learning Chinese, an Indian learning Chinese, in order to establish a company or marketing business in Irkal town needs Chinese language. So this is one part of it. Another incident where a company like L&T started a windmill project. So my student, who is expert in both English and Hindi, came across that personal from L&T. And there are many other customers, many other persons who have been in contact with L&T project manager. But my student who knows English and Hindi, who is very effective in his communication skills, got hold of some extra edge, and he became the head of appointing authority in L&T company at the center of Ilkal. And the company requires Bolero vehicles, Bolero jeeps, say around 20 Bolero vehicles they need for their project work. And this boy who knows Hindi and English and effective communication skills could fetch an extra advantage. And today he is the owner of 4 Bolero company personally. And for his friend circles as well, he provided these opportunities and they became successful people. So this is one incident where a foreign language, English, gave an extra edge for him in small towns, business towns like Ilkal or some other places across India. One incident. Other incident is a BCom student who had gone to UAE for job, and there Hindi is must for him. Along with that, English. And most of these workers, migrant workers, who do not speak English. And this boy who became an expert in learning language. Eva madam was asking about certifying certificates for the students. That is one part of it. We need a general, authenticated certificate on the one hand. On the other hand, even if you don't need a certificate, if you are very good in effective communication skills, you can become a very good, person who can enjoy the job and you can get extra money. As these resource persons were talking about, they can get extra 10% salary or 50,000 from 500 to 50,000. This kind of money they can get for their jobs. And I was referring to my student who works presently in Dubai. He became a supervisor of that company because of his English language. Though he started his career as a worker in that company, he became a supervisor of that company. It is because of learning foreign language English. This is one part of it. And the other part of it, see, the entire world has say around 7 million people existed on this earth. And out of these 7 million people, 1.5 million people speak, 1.5 billion people speak English. And what about the rest of the 5.5 billion people? If you visit Europe, I hope English is not lingua franca there. French is the lingua franca there. Without French, you cannot survive. So my point of focus here is, if you learn many languages, you will be having an extra advantage of it. And there are people, Professor Jaden Patil was telling people who are mastery having of 11 languages. The past Prime Minister of India, P.V. Narasimha Rao, used to speak 17 languages, 17 Indian languages, apart from some of the foreign languages. This is how language can enhance our creativity. Say, for example, if you are landed in Vietnam or Japanese or Chinese, recently Chinese companies or Japanese companies, German companies are expanding their companies to India because of the unprecedented situations in entire world. So China is geographically not advantageous for the entire business community now. They wanted to shift this to Indian geographical conditions or Indian business market. So once they come to Indian business market, we need hundreds, lakhs together translators. We need multilingual experts in the field of business, in the field of various other areas. So my point is that knowing a foreign language can be an added advantage, and sometimes even the sole advantage, especially in a job where knowing a particular language is desired skill. It is a skill that can be developed alongside other academic pursuits and even professional career. See, Vibha madam and some other resource persons have developed learning a language, and German language, for example. They have developed their professional career in small towns, and they are expanding their careers in online platforms as well. For our students, my request is students, and now even UGC and other higher education institutions are talking about CBCS. It means that careers or courses you can opt according to your wish, and no longer there is a fixity in learning education, higher education in particularly. You can take up 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 courses simultaneously. What I mean to say here is, while you are doing your career in BA, BCom or BSc, simultaneously you can opt many such certificate courses. And Vibha madam was asking, regarding starting courses. NAC these days is talking about, talking about college's social responsibility, college's, contribution to society. So in that way, even colleges can start certificate courses where 30 or 45 days certificate course, which can be with a nominal fees, where outside you can pay a lot of fees to learn German or other courses. Instead of that, all higher education institutions, they can think of such kind of innovative ideas where they can start certificate courses of German, Spanish, Italian, Chinese. So these languages, along with his BA course, if he came out with such 2 or 3 certificate courses, he will definitely get 10% extra salary for his livelihood. Apart from that, if he masters some digital skills, effective communication skills, then work from home is order of the day today. He can sit in his own town like Nijampur or Irkal, where he can sit and learn and earn a lot of money. So this is how my idea of learning a foreign language is definitely advantageous, and there is no doubt about availability of resources these days. If you go on to click on online courses to learn German or any other foreign language, they can learn it within no time. Within 30 days of time, you can learn Spanish, Latin, Greek, French, whatever, German, whatever language you would like to learn. So my idea in this post-pandemic conditions, one of the resource persons was talking about, these kind of post-COVID conditions are, congenial, very good in fact. We are safe in our home and working from home and learning digital things, foreign languages, and fetching so many things. So the idea is that in India, or when we talk about economy of the country also, multinational companies need their officials to travel overseas. And the similar example you can take down, all UPSC cracked candidates who join as district commissioners of various places in India, first thing they do is they learn that native language. I have higher education commissioner Pradeep Kumar, or any IAS officers. They learn first Kannada language of that state, or Marathi of that state, so that they directly go into the hearts of the people. That creates a big rapport, relationships, through which they can solve the problems. They can come across with innovative ideas. Group discussions is quite easily possible. So my contention here is that even politicians speak, whenever they visit a particular state, they speak in that language. It is reaching to the hearts of the people. So multinational companies like Amazon, Flipkart, or other companies, they need people. Alibaba. So these people, when you land in China, if you greet them in Chinese, you will reach to their hearts. If you go to Japan, where you speak with them in Japanese language, naturally, you love to, you have an extra affection towards that person, and communication builds very strongly with them. And along with, side by side, you can enhance your business. So I was talking to you about the multinational companies where they prefer multilingual people, particularly foreign language experts. Well, for students, I told you this is the best time. While their undergraduate course, they should learn one or two foreign languages so that they can get extra benefit. And outside world, you cannot get jobs so easily. And government of India, government of every state is scrapping the jobs. It is scrapping the jobs because only reason is that you cannot work in social situations now as you have been performing for the last 20 centuries. So 21st century is work from home, 21st century is internet blown all around. It means that you are in a confined cage, and in your confined cage, how best you can perform, how best you can excel with all these resources. And colleges like Adarsh College, colleges like mine, principals like experts like Khairnar, Patil sir, all these people's entire focus is towards giving jobs to our students in spite of such situations. So students, my request is to you people is that don't waste your time, and don't waste your time in government jobs, seeking government jobs. It is better you should get some skills, effective communication skills of English, German, foreign languages, so that you can be an expert in the field of your profession. Well, I was going through, browsing through internet. I come across many companies who do not start their company in in foreign countries. The reason is that 60% of multilingual experts are not available. Say for example, one company from US wanted to start a company in India. One Japanese company wanted to start a company in Maharashtra. So they are having some complaints like 60% experts, skill oriented, multilingual, and technologically skilled people are not available in such countries. So the multinational companies are ready to invest their money, but they do not find human resource. They do not find proper skilled oriented people. So this is a big advantage for all of us, particularly India. When I was a student, my teachers used to tell me that in UK, Indian English teachers are preferred in UK. Though English is a native language for UK, Indian English teachers are preferred. It is not only English language that matters, the empathy, the way you approach, the way you speak, all these things matter. So learning multi-language can shape your entire personality. You will be a different person altogether. So mastering a foreign language requires focus. So be focused, goal oriented, and you keep short term courses. And my request to all the participants who may be assistant professors or associate professors of various colleges, they could think of short-term courses, or they could think of certificate courses. In certificate courses of 1 month, you can start German, you can start some other courses, whichever fetches them some extra professional growth or their career building. So my contention to all the teachers fraternity is to start certificate their college of foreign languages, and so that we can reach out many students online. So with these words, I would have spoken more, but it's time to other speakers of valedictory function could also speak. So finally, I conclude my valedictory speech. Once again, I thank Professor Khairnar and his entire and all the resource person, and particularly Professor Jaden Patil. I was very impressed by his 57 years of career and the zeal, enthusiasm, how he speaks. Organizers kindly share his phone number to me so that I can have a rapport with Jaden Patil sir. So very small town. I was going through geographical conditions of your town. It was a very small town of some 10-12 kilometers of area, but you have been, this is what I mean entire word meant by global village. Adarsh College of a small town, small village can organize a big event like online webinars. This is the advantage of ICT. This is the advantage of technological era. This is an advantage of internet. So you have been doing a very good job. Once again, I congratulate, and you made me part of this webinar. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. and all the best for future endeavors. And
Thank
Professor Kainar sir, one request is that when you organize 50th webinar, so far you have organized 30 webinars, I mean seminars in your college. When you
Yeah.
organize 50th, so please invite me. I would like to share my views on that 50th seminar in your college.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind thought. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
May I
you.
request the chairperson of this valedictory session, Dr. Principal A.P. Khairnar, sir, for chair presidential remark. Dr. A.P. Khairnar, sir. Hand over you too, sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you
Am
are
I
audible.
audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. Yes.
Honorable Professor S.B. Biradar, respected resource persons, and dear participants. Honorable S.B. Biradar, sir, I would like to introduce my college. Our Nijampur Chaitanya Shikshan Prasarak Mandal runs college in hilly and tribal area, with the mission to empower rural and tribal students through life-oriented quality education. Our college, though working in village, but is a very vibrant college and working under the leadership of our Honorable Advocate Babasaheb Sarichandra Ji Jagannath Shah, organizing continuously such conferences, workshops, and webinars. Sir, I thank you for the words of appreciation. I mean, definitely in next webinar, sir, I am going to invite you and we wish to listen a lot from you on that particular topic.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, your lecture was the climax of today's webinar.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, what you said, that the skills which are essential in globalized world, I mean, today's world, I mean, what we educationists can do, what we academicians can do, we can provide certificate courses, short-term courses, and by that we can empower our students, and by can with that open the avenues of progress and opportunity for our students. Sir, really, your lecture was a lecture which opened, I mean, our eyes and provided insight of progress. Sir, your lecture was really very intellectual, interactive, powerful, informative. Sir, we work keeping in mind one thing, that think globally, act locally. When the thought came in mind that what should be the theme of the webinar, because say we have organized more than 30 conferences during last 10 years, sir. And if you see the themes of all those conferences, you will find that all those conferences are very innovative, with innovative themes. There is no repetition. And while thinking about the theme, I had the thought in mind that think globally, act locally. So career in foreign languages is really an innovative area. And sir, when I was thinking about the resource persons, I mean, a few names came, and these few names, and among those names, your name was, sir, on priority.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I am very much happy that resource person like you, like Professor Jaden Patil, Professor Mohini Guru, I mean Professor Kale Madam, Professor Vibha Surana Madam, all resource persons really, sir, enhanced the quality of this webinar, sir. I am very much thankful to you, sir. I have no words about you, sir. I would like to be grateful on behalf of Department of English, on behalf of management, and on behalf of our teaching and non-teaching staff, sir. Thank you, sir. I am equally grateful to Professor Jaden Patil. I mean, Jaden Patil shared his views. I mean, he knows a number of languages. He has visited a dozen of countries, and he has given a couple of examples of those experiences. I mean, about his lecture, what can we say, sir? About his lecture, I will just say one thing, that experience speaks. Experience speaks. So his lecture was really intellectual feast for all the participants and for we people. Professor Mohini Guru ma'am also talked about career building, talked about competitive examinations and avenues which foreign languages, I mean like English, opens for the students of UG and PG, as well as for others, those who are interested in learning foreign languages. I mean, her session was equally interactive, informative, and very lively. I also thank Professor Kirti Kale madam for her presentation on German language. I mean, she gave some examples and illustrations from German culture, and she made her presentation very lively. I am equally grateful to Professor Vibha Surana ma'am. I mean, she has also experience and she runs a department. So at the outset, she made a presentation of her department. So it tells a lot about her experience, and she shared her experiences, and her presentation was very systematic, was very methodological, and that's why I am equally grateful to her also. And Professor B.S. Patil, I mean, belongs to our soil. As Professor Jaden Patil belongs to our soil, Professor B.S. Patil also made his very excellent presentation and presented eligibility for all these foreign courses and other courses. I mean, A1 level, B1 level, or C1 level, and all those levels, what can be the eligibility, what can be the procedure, all those formalities he told. And sir, I am equally thankful to Honorable Principal Dr. Gauri Rane ma'am for sharing her views and giving reactions about this webinar. Sir, once again, I would like to be grateful to all resource persons who made this webinar very successful, very interactive, very informative, and very intellectual based. Sir, once again, I would like to be grateful to you. Sir, we will be in touch. Sir, do participate and do accept our invitation in next webinars. Sir, Professor Biradar, sir, I am very much thankful to you for chairing, or I can say for honoring this valedictory session. Sir, thank you. I thank all the participants of this webinar who made this webinar very successful and live. I congratulate Professor Ajay Rao Ingre for organizing this very wonderful webinar. I also congratulate my teaching and non-teaching staff for making this webinar very successful and wonderful. I also express my gratitude to our management, Nijampur Chaitanya Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, and our chairman, Honorable Advocate Baba Saheb Sarat Chandraji Shah, for giving us or providing time to time guidance. Once again, I would like to be grateful to all resource persons and participants. Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Think globally and act locally. This is the message you have given from this webinar. So without your cooperation and guidance and direction, any webinar would not have been succeeded, sir. The credit goes to you, sir, as a principal of the college and active source for the inspiration, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I thank the inaugurator and all resource person for joining this webinar. And with the permission of the chairperson, this webinar is going to end. Thank you. I would like to give you one information that the feedback forms you will receive after 2 days. And once you fill the feedback form, you will receive the certificates that will be designed later one. So before 30 of the June, you will receive your certificate for this webinar. Thank you so much. I thanks all the participants for joining actively. Thank you so much, sir.